Hello students, welcome to Brilliant Public Schools online channel. Today we will discuss chapter 14 Statistics of class 9th Mathematics. So let us start. First of all, the very important thing for us is our data. The facts, figures, what we collect for some purpose, that is our data. Here we have two types of data. First is primary. So as you can see their definition, it is collected by the investigator himself and there is no doubt some definite objective. For example, if I am taking Viva or some interview, so in that case I am physically present there, even the other person, and I am trying to query out. So in this manner I am trying to collect the data in a primary manner. Whereas the second type you can see is secondary data, when the information gathered is from source that already had the information stored in it, like websites. So like for example, if I want to find out something, I'm using school's website or some other website for the information. So that time the data what I am collecting will be the secondary data. Here we are talking about statistics. It is very important for us to arrange the data in a proper manner. Like when we try to present it out, we try to analyze or we try to interpret the data. So it should be very simple and in a precise form that it should be directly understandable and it should be very clear for us. Okay, so the thing is like if I'm asking some answers and I will get some random responses, it would be tough for me to understand. But if it would be arranged in like ascending order or in descending order, so that time no doubt it would be so easy for me to interpret the given information. Here, if I talk about presenting data, it would be in two formats, either tabular or graphical. In our context, we have two types of tabular representation, that is ungrouped frequency distribution table and grouped frequency distribution table. Generally, in this, we have focused on the second part where we have grouped frequency distribution table. Also, we have graphical way to represent our data, that is using bar graph, frequency polygon, and histograms. So it depends on the type of data as we can express them in any of the three ways. Here you can see if I talk about group frequency distribution table, there is a class. So that class we basically talk about our class intervals. Like simply, for example, if there are 30 students or 40 students in a class, I cannot write their random information, random marks, and I cannot express them properly. So it would be better if I'll make a group of 0 to 20 marks, 20 to 40 marks, 40 to 60 marks. So in this manner, it would be easy for me to place the student in the different categories. Then here it is upper limit. Obviously here we have two values in each case. If I talk about 20, 40 and 80. So these values are upper limit for all the three classes. For first class it is 20, for second one it is 40 and for the last one it is 80 as per the given example. Similarly, the left out number like 0 in the first case, 20 in the other case and 60 in the last case. These all are the lower limits. Then it comes the size of the class. Obviously, when we have the class, there would be some size. So for this, we have the formula, that is upper limit minus lower limit. So using this formula, we can find what is the size of the class. Like for all the examples I have taken, if I will go with 20 minus 0, it would be 20. Then if I'll go with 40 minus 20, then also it is 20. So this answer is the class size. Then it comes telemarks. No doubt if we have 5 students in the category of 60 to 80 in that class, so that 5 we represent as 4 vertical strokes and a slant stroke. So this represent 5. If we have 3 in some other group, we will represent with this with 3 vertical strokes. So that represents tally marks. And all these terms are very important when we talk about the grouped frequency distribution table. Also, if I try to represent the information graphically in our context, in our exercise, we have bar graph and histogram. So let us see how we do bar graph and histogram. There are some differences between bar graph and histogram that I have tried to present you. So you can see bar graph is basically used for separate entities. Okay, and whereas histogram are used for class intervals. If, as I have told you right now, for the group frequency distribution table we have made class intervals, so those class intervals only we use and we draw histogram. Here the bars are separated in bar graph. All the bars will be separated. There would be a linear distance between the graphs. Whereas in histogram, the bars are totally joined. There is no space, no gap between the bars. Third, it is we cannot use a kink in a bar graph. And in a histogram, we can use kink. Kink, we also say broken line or jagged line. Okay, so here I am writing kink is also known as broken line and jagged line. So these are the differences between bar graph and histogram. So keep in your mind before drawing them. It is one of the example of the bar graph where you can see there is no kink used, the bars are separated and it is used for separate entities. So all the 3 points are following up. Also, there is one more important thing. There is unit. We write the scale. So scale you can see on y-axis. I have used 1 unit equal to 10 seats as per the given example. So it is one of the question of your exercise. So I think you remember it properly. 1 unit equals to 10 seats, and using this we will present our bar graphs. Coming to histogram, you can see the bars are joined. There is no gap between the bars. So obviously we are using class intervals. Also you can see there is the kink used. This is the broken line we were talking about, because you can understand it very well. The lifetime in hours is directly starting from 300. So we have missed the data between 0 to 300. So obviously that missing part we represent using the kink, because we don't have the information related to 0 to 300. It is directly starting from 300. So in that case, we will put a broken line, jagged line, or better you can say a kink, kink. Also here the scale is missing. So scale also you can write 1 unit on y-axis. You can see again it is 1 unit y-axis, which is equal to 10 lambs. So this information also we can write. So in this manner, we try to present the histogram. Thank you students for watching the video.